Doki Doki Literature Club is a psychological horror game disguised as a dating sim that was originally available on itch.io back in 2017. The game is famous for its non-traditional plot structure, good diverse selection of 2D waifus, and very disturbing unexpected twists. An expanded version of the game, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, was released last June of this year, and this time it features new paid content with new and improved visual upgrades. Now that the game is released again, let us once more head into the Literature Club and dive deep into the terrifying world of poetry, friendship, and romance. Let's start off by answering the question, is this worth $15? Well, if you're a die-hard fan of the original and you want to support the creators, then yes, this is definitely worth $15. But if you're someone new and loves horror games, I recommend giving this visual novel a shot and make sure you go in blind for the best experience possible. Playing this game again feels like a warm welcome back to the fans of the original visual novel. Though there aren't any changes to the main story, the real selling point of this version are the new side stories, which you can unlock by obtaining CGs for each character throughout the main story. So, what else is new? If we look at the store page, here's what we're getting. We get 6 new side stories, 100 plus unlockable images, 26 total music tracks including 13 new unlockable songs, a built-in DDLC music player, and a high-fidelity visual upgrade now in full 1080p. But here's what the store description doesn't tell you. This time we get a built-in OS in order for console players to explore the game's files like in the original PC port. In the original free version, the only way to play the game again is to delete and reinstall it in your PC. Now, there is a built-in program that lets you reset the main game. We also get to see some new files that were not present in the original. If you're a fan of the original version, the game files aren't just your typical game assets. Everything is there for a reason, and you'll be surprised to uncover some hidden secrets the more you read into them. Think of them as intricate puzzles. You'll be surprised on what you can find. As for the side stories, it's actually nice to see more of the girls from the Literature Club again, especially Sayori. She's my best girl.
Please don't tell Monica about this conversation.
Each story only takes up a few minutes and they're pretty digestible. I also like the subtle references and callbacks to the main story, which adds to the fan service. Other than that, the new side stories are also accompanied by the new OSTs. In my opinion, they are absolute bangers, and the tune goes great with the solemn and quiet moments in the side stories. The music is so good that I often find myself in the main menu just casually listening to the game's new score while looking at the pictures I unlocked. This is just me, but listening to the new soundtrack is like feeling the warm embrace of Monica, Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki through the somber melody of the game's musical score. It made me remember how I fell in love with all of them, how I connected with each of them, and it made me remember the good and horrifying times I spent with them in the Literature Club. But going back, as for the cons of this game, I guess the only critique I could think of is that there are no new endings for the main story, and there's no physical version for the PC. I actually don't mind spending an extra $15 to get a physical copy of the game, but the problem is, disc versions are only available for consoles, and that really sucks, since I want to support the creators even more. With all that said, there's not really much else to say about the game without spoiling anything. All I can say is you may want to take the psychological warning seriously. This game is not for the lighthearted despite the cute facade, so consider that before starting this visual novel. In conclusion, though the visual novel genre has been around for years, Doki Doki Literature Club is definitely the most technically impressive one that I've seen throughout my gaming experience. Playing this game for the first time has made a significant impact in my life because of how this visual novel affected me to a personal level. The way how this game leaves a long-lasting impression will always have a special place in my heart. Even if the characters are just made up of ones and zeros, I found myself attached to them because of the time I spent with all of them. And playing the game again is like a warm reunion with the Literature Club. Though this visual novel is most likely a one-and-done title, it does make me excited for Team Salvado's future projects, and I hope there is more to come. And that's it, we're now at the very end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching until the very end. I hope this video is helpful in deciding if you want to make a purchase or not, but most importantly, I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. And hopefully I earn your subscription, so yeah, pretty please. And feel free to check out my channel where I talk about other games and manga. Well, I won't take any more of your time. Thanks again for watching, and as always, this is Dre, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care.